Mookie, when you're not hitting 3 home runs in a game, you're out in the community making an impact as well, on and off the field. I was wondering if you might be able to tell us a little bit more about your AIM Foundation that acts expired by Mookie, and why you wanted to get involved specifically this Sunday in Compton.
I mean, obviously I, helped out the community some in Nashville, still trying to do more. But this is my home now. LA is my home now. And so I definitely want to be, make an impact here. And, just so partner with Pull Up Neighbor, I think they're doing an amazing thing. And just wanted to kind of be a part of a situation like that.
And Pull Up Neighborhood, and you are providing free hand sanitizer, face masks, food, voter registration, health screenings on Sunday in Compton, which has historically been an underserved area. Why did you want to help that community specifically?
Just because, it seems like, to me, they need the help the most. Obviously, people that are more fortunate have access to those things that you just named. So want to go to the less fortunate areas, situations, and help those that need it.
And folks can go there on Sunday between 12 and 3 at the Compton Town Center. And this is certainly nothing new to you as far as the philanthropic side of you. What is it about you and your upbringing that this is a part of your platform as well? It's not just about playing baseball. This is bigger than baseball.
Life is bigger than baseball. I think baseball is just a short period of time, but there's so much more to life. God blessed me with everything that I have, and so I just like to, share what I have with everyone else, and I think making other people happy makes me happy.
And finally, for me, I know a lot of the hand sanitizer, the masks, the food, that goes without saying. The voter registration is interesting as well. Why was that? Why did that matter? Because I know the Dodgers also are having Dodger Stadium set up as a registration site as well.
Just it's an important election year. Every year the election's up is an important year, and so everybody needs to get out there and vote. Everybody's opinion matters, and so I think just giving access to making it easier for people to vote is definitely what I want to do, and something that we're doing.
All right, Mookie, thank you so much for what you're doing in the community as well as on the field. I appreciate your time.
Next question's from Dave Bassay. Go ahead, Dave.
Mookie, even going back to when you got to the major leagues in Boston, you've been known for helping the community out. When you were in the minor leagues, is that something you thought about? Like, hey, if I make it, I'm going to make a difference this way.
No, I think it just kind of happened. This is the first time I've helped people. How I was raised was always to help others around you. And so I think it's just a little more public now, but this is nothing new.
Mookie, just in your upbringing and what you saw in your surroundings growing up, the voter registration part, how important is that because of what you witnessed, how difficult it is sometimes for lower income communities to be able to hang in there and wait in these long lines to vote?
It's just that. I mean, lower income areas seem to be the areas that don't vote as much, and we need everybody to vote because everybody's vote matters. And so I'm definitely happy to make it easier for those areas to vote.
Thank you, Mookie.
Question from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, Mookie, you mentioned that LA is home now. Moving across the country at any time, I'm sure is difficult for a job, and during a pandemic, it's probably even harder. I'm just wondering, now you've been out here for 6 weeks, just how comfortable are you feeling in LA? You feeling more comfortable? Does that translate on the field? Just how's that transition going?
Definitely more comfortable. Still haven't gotten a home yet. I'm still in a little rental, but I think I've just embraced that this is home now. Got to get used to the weather. Got to get used to everything because I'll be here for a while. I'm super excited about this opportunity. Great team, obviously, great front office. Everything's great about it. And I just, I'm here to stay and help the community and just make it home.
And you mentioned, helping is great, but is it good for yourself also just to get out there and seeing what, people around here are like and how they feel about the Dodgers, how they feel about you, just getting a sense of maybe how people feel around here, the fans?
Yeah. I haven't gotten to do that, due to the situation. But hopefully next year everything kind of opens up and I can kind of move around and get to know LA. Just because this is my first time ever really being here, other than a couple series, but I didn't get to do anything, be in the hotel or be at the field. And so now that I'm here, I want to see what LA is really about. So we'll hopefully we'll get to see it soon.
Thank you.
Got a question from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
Thanks, Mookie. Playing Mike Trout tonight. A couple of years ago, Rob Manfred criticized Mike for not being promoting his brand enough and not being out there as the face of baseball enough. What responsibilities do you think you have being one of the best players in the game, one of the most well-paid players in the game?
I don't think there are any responsibilities. Mike can do what he wants. If he wants to be the face, and he can be the face. He's already the best player. So I don't think he needs to do more to be the face. I think he just can be who he wants to be, and us as people, we can be who we want to be. If somebody wants to be more vocal, then let them be more vocal. If they don't, then they don't. So I don't think there's a responsibility there at all.
You feel it's more an opportunity than a responsibility, like you mentioned, the platform that it gives you?
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity, but you don't have to take your opportunity. There's nobody's entitled to do anything they don't want to do. Not saying he doesn't want to be the face or anything, but if he wants to, then he will. If he doesn't, then he'll do whatever. I mean, it's I think he's already pretty much the face without trying.
How do you feel about that? Are you comfortable with putting yourself out there in those kind of situations?
I mean, I'm not really here to try and be the face of anything. I just want to win some rings and keep it moving. If I am, then cool. I'll embrace it. But if not, then that's fine too. I still have my responsibility is to show up and lead off for the Dodgers every day.
I have a question from Dennis Friedman. Go ahead.
How you doing, Mookie? Thanks for taking this call. I appreciate it. My question is, when we talk about voter suppression or giving people opportunity to vote, how do we encourage others to know to go and register? Because having a voter registration drive may not equate to people knowing how to vote, what to vote for, and who to vote for.
I think it's just whoever you want to vote for. I don't think there's a right or wrong in that situation. But I think making it easy, the registration part easy, definitely entices people to go vote. We can't make people do anything they don't want to do, but if we make it easier on them, then it should be an easier process to get more people to vote.
Got another question from Dave Bassett. Go ahead, Dave.
Mookie, I know you've played the Angels before, but this is a little bit different with you in a Dodger uniform being part of this freeway series against Mike. If you excuse the analogy, is this LeBron versus Kawhi in a different sport?
No, I wouldn't say that. It's not me versus Mike. This is the Angels versus Dodgers. We got a lot of guys. Belly won MVP. C's, everybody on our JT, everybody's on our team that is really good. They have a really good squad as well. So, it's definitely not one versus one. There's 28 guys that you got to play against, and so I think we have to keep that in mind.
Mookie, you hear sometimes in different sports, players look at different guys to see what they did the night before and try to, I don't know, it's that competitive spirit. Do you do that with Mike or anybody else? Do you keep tabs on any players?
No. I've watched guys that, friends that I know, obviously, you see how they did, but it's not a battle to try and outdo the next person. Well, I don't look at it that way. I just play one game at a time and win one game at a time. At the end of the day, it's about, getting rings. It's not about who can hit the most home runs.
In baseball, is that kind of a bragging right as much as it is in the NBA about how many rings you get? Is that what separates players in baseball as well?
I mean, I think so. I mean, there's so many accolades that can be, had. I mean, it's those are obviously great things to have. But the reason why we play the game is to win rings, and that's the reason why I play. And so that's just my viewpoint. That's not saying that mine is right.
One more question about what you're doing in Compton. How much of an impact do you think you can have with these type of events that you put on? Because I'm sure this will not be the only one. What are you looking to impact? Are you looking at it as just that day, or are you looking at the bigger picture on how to impact that community?
Definitely the bigger picture. I think we got to use one day at a time. So Sunday will be the first day, but there are going to be many more days to come where I feel like I can help, and so I'll do anything I can to help underserved communities.
Thank you, Mookie.